Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Kottabos Space Program, where today we are having a look at the Medieval Weapons Pack, which is being made by forum user Jebhead McKerman. And, oh boy guys, I gotta be honest right off the bat here, this is one of those mods which, honestly, I probably normally wouldn't look at because it literally does nothing useful for the game, but I saw it, it made me chuckle, and so here we are. It is a completely useless medieval weapons pack. Literally what this mod does is adds in medieval weapons like swords and spears that your Kerbals can walk around with thanks to the Kerbal inventory system. And that makes me smile for some reason. So let's jump right on into the VAB and have a look at the currently only 3 different weapons that are added in by this mod. For the time being, it's a small pack, but the mod maker is wanting to add in a whole lot of different weapons in the future. Everything from scimitars and long swords to even potentially siege weapons, shields, and helms, which would be pretty entertaining. So let's just grab a random probe core, frankly, to look at these things at, and let's actually use it this way. There we go, a nice flat surface to put these things on. Perfect. And then head to the structural tab, which is a little interesting because it is, as I said, using the Kerbal inventory system, so you'd think it'd be down here in EVA items. But it's not. They're all in currently structural. Hopefully that gets fixed in the future, because it is kind of, well, it just frankly doesn't make sense that swords and spears are in the structural category, but they're in there for the time being. So the first one we're gonna have a look at is the dagger, which, as you can see, is very sharp. A little warning there, and made by the Red Blacksmiths. No additional info over here of any sort, and surprisingly, it weighs 0.3 tons. It's quite the mass for a dagger there. So let's just pop this thing on and I need to rotate it around a little bit so we can see the whole thing, it seems. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Excellent. Actually, we're missing Are we missing any of the hilt? No, actually, that does seem to go tapered down at the end, so we are good. And there we are, our lovely little dagger. Now, the next part we have, again, warning you that it is very sharp and made by the same Red Blacksmiths, is the short sword. And if we pump this thing on here, let's see if we can actually get it to show most of it. Yes, right there. Perfect. Excellent. As you can see, a nice little short sword, about 2.5 to 3 times the length of the dagger, and overall a bit more intriguing considering the nice red pommel, etc. Very, very cool indeed. And the final of the 3 parts is the spear, which instead of a sharp warning, you get designed to stab, which, I mean, is true. So there we are, we have the spear. Oh boy, this one's probably gonna be a little bit more interesting to get on here to display. Let's see, what would be there we go. All right, let's pop that on there like that, and actually maybe rotate it slightly. I don't think it's gonna work how I was hoping. You know what, I've been trying to do it with those, but if we actually use the move tool, this would be a lot quicker, I just realized. Okay, let's pop this baby out. There we go. There is the spear. That's entirely what I was wanting to do. I should really think more about the move tool in the future. But there we are. We have our lovely spear. As you can see, a nice wooden, I guess, pole with a spearhead on it. Good times. And again, it literally serves no function whatsoever. It is something that you pop into a Kerbal inventory system container or into a Kerbal's inventory, and then they can walk around with it. But nonetheless, it makes me smile. So let's actually go out to the launch pad where I have Jebediah and I think Bill waiting to play around with these weapons. So let's go and fly that. I've got a couple of these for each of them inside of a container. Ah, yes, it is Jeb and Bill. Let's get Jeb out first, because, well, I know exactly what I'm giving him. So let's just go over to this container here, open it up, and you'll see I've got a nice little selection of these medieval weapons for him. So let's just we'll throw in all of them, but let's take off his helmet so he looks a bit more cool. And what we're going to do here is zoom in on Jebediah, and we're going to equip the dagger, which goes in the left hand. And here's an interesting thing. The sword and the spear go to the right hand. So Jebediah can dual wield. And that entertains. Again, this made me chuckle, guys. This is the entire reason we're looking at this mod. I like the idea of Jebediah running around with sharp things. I mean, it's a horribly dangerous idea for him to be doing this, but you know what? It makes me laugh. And there we go. That is the dagger and the sword. Now, if we go back here and get Bill out now, we'll give him the spear to take a look at. Come on, climb down. There we are. Let's turn off his helmet, open the inventory, and what the heck, we'll just give him the spear itself. I'll leave the other things. And there we are. He is now equipped with a spear. Haha! Bill can also play with pointy things, but he likes to keep his pointy things at a distance, unlike Jebediah with the dagger and sword there. Oh, it amuses me to no end, guys. It really does. And I hope that eventually not only do we get more items. Like I said, you know, the mod maker has a whole list on his page of what he wants to add, and the longsword actually will be coming soon. He's hoping to have an update out before Christmas, and that one, I believe, is going to be in there. But all sorts of other things like battle axes, bows and arrows, and I really, really hope that they all do come to fruition, because it is just fun. And even if, you know, you don't want your Kerbals just to walk around with them, it could also make for a nice artistic piece on your ship. You could build a nice little lounge in one of your colonies with the swords crossed for some reason that they brought them with them to Duna. It could be interesting. You never know when you may have to defend yourself from the Kraken, and that is just a fun idea. But for the time being, they are really useless. I would like to see perhaps BD Armory integration, but then again, it isn't in BD Armory, can't you not kill Kerbals with that stuff? I haven't used BD Armory in ages, but I remember that being a thing. But it would be nice to at least be able to swing them. I've actually looked into the config files for these, and the bit in there for swinging seems to be in the config file, but it doesn't seem to be currently functioning. So I'm thinking that is just a weird little glitch for the time being. Hopefully that does get fixed. That would be quite nice. But other than that, you just have some cool swords that you walk around with. And there we go. Look at how happy Jebediah is there. I actually really do like that. You turn on the jetpack and he just holds him up in the air with a smile. Oh, that's terrifying. So terrifying. Bill, quick, take him down with your spear. Oh, I do love it. So yeah, if you guys would like to download this for yourself, you can take a look at the link in the description as always, and I'd say to go give it a try. Again, it's currently entirely useless unless you do just like Jebediah smiling as he holds bladed weapons, or of course, like I said, you know, maybe you could decorate a lounge on a colony with stuff, putting the stuff on the wall, and it just entertains me. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Let's, oh god, I'm still on the jetpack. There we go, lovely. So, ooh, I can climb on him? Okay, we need to do this with the swords on. Oh, there we go, action moves by Jebediah. Completely failed action moves, but nonetheless, action moves by Jebediah. But yes, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you all have enjoyed, and of course that you do come back for the next episode, when hopefully we'll be looking at yet another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one. And perhaps, you know, maybe I shouldn't be letting Jebediah run around with sharp objects. That's probably a terrible idea. Later, folks.